When scrolling up my Facebook newsfeed, I see photos, even albums, full with photos taken in ultrasound rooms. My Facebook and Instagram friends post them before they gave birth, displaying almost every step of their pregnancy to us. That's how the new generation is being born, first into the digital world and only later into the real world. They acquire digital identities long before they get the sense of who they are in the real, physical world. Samira will give birth in 3 months.
Before getting pregnant, I felt very free to post whatever I wanted, but now I'm more cautious. I don't know why, it's just a feeling. But it's not that I want to put out everything. I will select. This selecting process, I didn't have it before. But yeah, definitely some of these pictures I'm gonna post on my social media.
According to John Palfrey and Urs Gasser, people grouped under the name digital natives have been born after 1980. They all have access to networked digital technologies, and they all have the skills to use those technologies. They live much of their lives online, without distinguishing between the online and the offline. Instead of thinking of their digital identity and real space identity as separate things, they just have a singular identity in different spaces. For these young people, new digital technologies are primary mediators of human-to-human connections. Digital natives are constantly connected.
I think this generation has a huge interest in media, a big skill set in terms of using media, but not necessarily critically understanding the media system. They don't always understand the profit motive. They don't always understand the ideology behind media and the purpose behind media and how it's created.
In 2016, Stanford History Education Group published a new survey. The researchers collected and analyzed responses of almost 8,000 students from 12 states. Bleak, this is a word the authors of this paper use as a single-word conclusion when describing young people's ability to reason about the information on the internet. Their main findings are as follows. Students struggled to evaluate tweets. More than half of the students failed to click on the link provided within the tweet. More than 80% of them believed that the native advertisement identified by the words sponsored content was a real news story. Some students mentioned that it was a sponsored content, but still believed that it was a news article. At one point during the experiment, the students were presented with a post from a photo-sharing website, which included a picture of daisies along with the claim that the flowers had nuclear birth defects from Japan's Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster. Nearly 40% of the students argued that the post provided enough credible evidence to say that it was trustworthy. There is a general agreement between the researchers that the key to problem solving is in the awareness of the problem, curriculum development, and assessment for learning. The concept of media literacy has become a central one in discussions about fight against disinformation, propaganda and fake news. The term media literacy emerged in the late 1990s. It stands for an ability to access, analyze, evaluate, create media texts in a variety of forms. This gymnasium in Prague, Czech Republic, provides an environment where media literacy teacher Jan Beranek chairs classes for digital natives every week.
Dnešní hodinu věnujeme tématu zpravodajství a budeme se bavit o pravdivosti, respektive nepravdivosti, ať už záměrné či nezáměrné novinových zpráv, nebo řekněme zpráv na internetu, kdekoliv. Čili budeme se dotýkat problematiky takzvaných hoaxů nebo obecně poplašných zpráv.
The students were handed 2 news articles. They had to read the texts carefully and figure out which one of them was true and which false. One of the news items was about whether or not the color of a car affects frequency of accidents. The second one described how an American performer managed to spray paint on Air Force One aircraft.
auta. Pravda je teda, jak to mám napsat? 12P bude lepší zkratka než plus, to je zavádějící. Takže pravda a nepravda. Přihlašte se, kdo si myslí, že to není pravda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lidí si myslí, že to není pravda. Takže spíše převažuje názor, že ta zpráva by mohla být pravdivá.
Tak hlavně tady Air Force One bych chtěl zmínit, že je nejlíp zabezpečený letadlo na světě. Je to druhý dílem dům, ze kterého prezident USA, když je potřeba, může řídit prostě tu svoji zemi. Za druhé, není tady jak by toho činitele, protože je jasný, že tady vědí, kdo to je, jak by ho potestali. Nikdo si nemůže dovolit beztestně, ať už s jakýmkoliv důvodem, cokoliv udělat s Air Force One. To je prostě absurdní.
Tak je to tady jako samostatný předmět na škole, ta mediální výchova, jinak je to vlastně povinná součást vzdělávání daná státem v tzv. Rámcovém vzdělávacím programu a některé školy to mají jako samostatný předmět a některé mají to téma mediální výchovy integrované do jiných předmětů, třeba právě češtiny nebo základů společenských věd a tak dále. Čili cílem je vytvořit ve studentech návyky nějakého vědomého přístupu k médiím, kritické distance od médií a schopnost právě té kritické analýzy na teda v podstatě jakýchkoliv mediálních sděleních to procvičujeme.
Education does not happen only in school. It is also part of culture. In a survey conducted in 2014, media specialists Mui Ju Tang and Yang Teng Chang measured the impact of online advertising on generation-wise purchase decision in Malaysia. According to it, 79% of young people from Malaysia say that they will search the product info online before making a decision.
When this generation, when they are young, when they go out with their parents, so the parents will tend to teach them what this is and what that is. And along the way, when they go shopping together, when they buy their daily products and together and all this, the parents will show them, you know, this is what that is for. And the information, somehow I believe children do not understand the content of the information, but somehow because they are guided in such a way, so that has become a kind of daily practice. So in the future, when a child is grown up and they are looking for the information and all this, and at the same time, they are looking at the price, and they started to learn to read information, compare the price among the products. So that is, it's not a model, but that has become a daily routine.
Tessa Jones concludes that the key concepts of media literacy consist of questions like this.
Who created this message? What creative techniques are used to attract my attention? How might different people understand this message differently? What values, lifestyles, and points of view are represented in or omitted from this message? Why is this message being sent?
Answers to these questions are crucial to understand how the global media works.
Politics has no place at school, sometimes we hear. But if we put aside all the social systems and issues that have to be discussed and debated, there is a problem because young people are not armed enough, or they have not the toolbox with them in order to face the real challenges they meet on the Facebook, on Instagram and elsewhere. So I think that there is an issue how to shape the school in traditional terms while be open for the new technologies and not to compete. We cannot compete with the high-tech firms, but to remain open and critical, and this is something that we have to develop. Critical thinking that we are part of a body which is society, first. Second, develop spaces where young people can be alone, just unplugged, not connected, alone with themselves in order to reflect, to think differently?
Well, first of all, we believe that media literacy should start at birth, because certainly we're exposed to media from the time that we're born. In the cradle, we are surrounded by television or by radio or by music. And so certainly from a very early age, we're dealing with media. So we need to start understanding it from an early age. And in that sense, parents can make a big difference, because they can be asking questions of their children as they encounter media. They can discuss it. And we have found through research that parents can have a big influence on the level of media literacy of their child.
The problem can be that actually teachers don't know what to learn to kids. This is the big problem. And they don't have any good textbooks, because actually this media trend is moving so fast that if I decide to write textbook now and publisher will release this book, it will be already everything old. So everything must be actually based on the cooperation among the teachers. And teachers very often don't know who is teaching media studies in other schools, because media studies or media literacy, it's not subject. This is actually just part of the education.
Recommendations for young people like you, for other countries, to be very careful when they are on internet? What will be these recommendations?
Don't go into deep web. It's stupid. Don't ever go there.